Hey, what's going on, everybody? I have a new Fitbit now, so I can tell how fat I am to the decimal point. It's always good. Anyway, today I want to clarify something for a few of my friends out there. Have been asking me about this kind of thing. It's about picking. Actually, it's not even about. I was gonna say it's about picking a niche, but really, it's about how do I find leads and how do I find, clients and stuff, right? And Yeah, it's actually a pretty damn nice day out here for January like 12th. Anywho, so how do I find a niche? That's what they ask. It's like Ben, and that no fuck. I keep ruining my own joke. It's how do I pick? I'm gonna have to fucking delete this video because I keep screwing this up. How do I find more leads and sales? Is what they're asking me, right? And I'm like, well, dude, what's your niche? And they're like, I don't have one. Well, guess what? That's probably why you are having trouble finding people to work with, right? And It's kind of funny because I've been watching a lot of Planet Earth and Life and stuff. These are different. Like Life is kind of like a Planet Earth show. It's on Netflix. Or I actually have Apple TV now, which is kind of cool. And I realize, as humans, we kind of think of ourselves as like so much more evolved than like insects and lizards and stuff like that, right? Like we have all this technology, we're so smart, la da 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 da. And As I watch, especially this Life show, Life is really cool because Life, there's one on plants, there's one on fish, there's one on mammals, primates, there's one on insects, lizards, and they're all so adapted to their environment, especially plants. You wouldn't believe it. You just watch this Life show, you're like, wow, I never realized how specialized plants are for their environment. And a lot of people think that nature and stuff doesn't have any place in business for some reason. But, if you actually think about it, the most successful people, the most successful animals, especially in the oceans and bugs and stuff, they find a niche and they become so specialized, their entire body evolves to especially fit that one niche and they dominate that one. And the generalist animals, for example, let's just go back to humans. So you have Neanderthals, right? Here, boom, Neanderthals. They were the caveman. They were hitting stuff over the head with clubs. And then you had like Homo sapiens, and this was like where humans came from, right? Like eventually, like at one point we were like the same thing, but one person started like thinking of stuff. I just assume this happened. One person started using their head and saying, hey, instead of using this thing here, let's use like a hammer, And one of them started using tools, and the Neanderthal was like, "No, you're stupid!" And they hit them over the head with a club, and then they they killed him. But nature and evolution, it goes to like the winners get the highest resources in a scarce environment, supply and demand, and obviously the person who could use his head and think and use tools they specialized and they conquered the world. And here we are today, right? It's evolution in action. And how this relates back to business is that you simply can't, like, in nature, the generalist always loses to the specialist. You know? There's like, there's all kinds of like creatures that, like birds, for example, if you eat a butterfly, a monarch butterfly, you'll get poisoned. But there's special birds that know how to pick out the poisonous parts and only eat So these birds are the only ones that can eat butterflies. Therefore, they have an advantage. So the point of this whole fucking video is not for me to ramble. It's to just tell you that, you got to pick something. Just doesn't matter what you pick, because you can always change. But the minute that you finally say, you know what, I'm not working for everybody. I'm actually going to work with, for me, it's like I'm picked financial advisors. I use the rectal extraction method and just pick them for no reason. And the minute you do that, you just say, I'm going to work with chiropractors and whatever. And you start saying no to other things. Like, it's almost like you start getting magnetic, This is like almost like magnetic marketing or whatever Dan Kennedy's thing was, which I haven't gone through that course, but you know, when you start specializing your message to, like, for me, financial advisors, for example, for you, who knows what it is, and you start thinking about them, you start putting yourself out there, like, hey, I work with these people. Other people are like little tiny, like it's like ding ding, like other people start thinking, oh, like, you know, like, I know Ben and he does financial advisors, and I know this girl, she's a financial advisor. I'm going to refer them, and you know, this has like a synergy effect. And the more you the more you cut off other options and you focus on just like one thing, the more, I don't want to say power, but it is power. It's like the more power you get, and the more magnetic you get, and you know, you start becoming more specialized, you start becoming more focused, and next thing you know, instead of thinking, hey, where do I get the sales and leads from, you say, oh fuck, I could just Google, oh look, there's a list of chiropractors right here, and I can just talk to them. And you know, you start thinking in terms of that, you know, sales and leads, it's not a problem anymore, and you have to get a new problem, which is good. And by the way, if you're having trouble picking anything, you know, my advice is just use the rectal extraction method and just pick something. You know, pick a niche that you like working with. Doesn't matter if they have money, to be honest, because you can make money from anyone. And you know, pick a problem that you can solve that they have. Like, look at their needs and desires and say, okay, I know that gym owners want more customers year round. And maybe they want people to actually buy other services like personal training and stuff. And I know how to do that. Oh, using this marketing thing, I can help them get that. And just do it. Just, you know, just instead of being everything to everyone, like, we all know this, but just pick one and start, you know, solving one specific problem compared to just solving every single problem will give you so much more. I don't know. You like, things will just start happening for you, and it's cool. Or you can just be everything to everyone. It doesn't really matter. I'm making some tea and going to the gym. So, just thought I would shoot this friendly neighborhood video. And talk to you soon. All right? Peace.